the new Parkway Theater, where good food, diverse entertainment, and community create a place for everyone. For showtimes and special events, check out www.thenewparkway.com. You are listening to High Score 510, where real talk is our vernacular.
I remember I used the bathroom at my homeboy's house. You know, this is when we were at college. His mom moved to a new house, so I went over to his house one of the breaks. And I said, oh, thank goodness that Andre don't live here for good now, because you got carpet in the bathroom. And she's like, why'd you say that? I said, oh, you know, boys pee. You get all over the place. She goes, I thought that whenever Andre's cousins come over. I'm like, yeah, that carpet got a lot of pee in it. I knew, because I probably peed all over that damn carpet when I was in there.
You gotta sit down where you pee when you got a carpeted bathroom.
Pedro sit down when he pee anyway, because wife told him he has to.
And she puts on a dildo when she tells me to.
Just intimidate
I'm
him.
the real man in this house. Look at this fake 10 inches.
She got a 10-inch dildo on, just walking around.
Now, if you wash the dishes, I only use the 8 on it.
Oh, look at this Negro.
Hey, man, I just assumed this show wouldn't happen. It's the way the Cowboys get beat down. I thought you just assumed he'd crying somewhere.
If they keep letting them bailing out dudes trying to run across the middle and getting popped and bailing them out on goddamn 3rd and 5, being like, oh, you can't hit him that hard when he's trying to catch the ball. This game is about dislodging the opposing team from the ball, so that's a penalty on you. What the fuck kind of call is that, bro? If the Niners beat us because they beat us, that's fine. Don't give them no bailout bullshit ass, poo-butt ass motherfucking calls. Motherfucker go across the middle, he get hit.
I'm gonna tell you this, Brandon. I actually agree with Jared, but at the same time, I ain't his animator spirit.
No,
because that ends that drive. That drive should be over. They shouldn't have scored a second touch. They shouldn't have scored a touchdown. It should be 14-7. Cowboys should have had the ball back.
Jared, I agree. I
would have been. Well, there was the one. There was the one lining up in the neutral zone. I'm sitting there.
No, he was lined up in the neutral zone. I saw it. I was like, this nigga's in the neutral zone. And then right when the ball got snapped, I saw the flag come from the sideline. I said, they calling him on that bullshit. That was just stupid.
At least that one's Cowboys' fault.
Yeah,
I agree with Jared.
Cowboys do some stupid shit. They deserve to get some stupid prizes. You get bailed out on some bullshit ass call like that. Hey, you can't hit him like that. You can't lead with the shoulder. His head is towards you, but you can't lead with the shoulder and knock the shit out of him when he's trying to catch a little slant route. No, that's the point. You don't like running. Receivers will run slants if they can't get hit all day. They have to earn that shit.
I agree with Jared.
This ain't goddamn flag football. This is real man football. Let them play like real men.
He a man. Shout out to Jared, man. Giving it his all. Week 5.
Nah, man.
Week 6
it's one of the reasons why I haven't watching the NFL as much, just because it's just too many bad calls all the time, or the referees always end up extending some bullshit.
Hold on. Basketball got 10 times more bad calls than it's not even close. Right.
No,
basketball's the worst.
The problem with basketball is that basketball has allowed itself to play, and the NBA has allowed itself to play itself into a stagnant style of basketball, which allows dudes basically
I'm talking about
to try
the calls, though. The calls are horrible.
But it's the style of play, though. That's the thing.
The style of play is horrible, yes.
But you would think that the refs would be better if they're only watching the ball and there's no ball movement, there's no movement away from the ball. You think there'd be more calls, you know what I'm saying, that would be accurate. But they just bail fools out because fools also practice embellishing when they are about to miss a shot or the shot has been contested, rightfully so. Yeah, maybe it's worse their calls because they shouldn't be making those bad calls. But the game has allowed itself. The NBA has changed the rules, and the style of play has become this one-dimensional style of basketball. But football, you got too many plays that are literally extending drives or giving brand new drives to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, every time defensive penalty, automatic first down because you never know what could have happened. Well, how about every time offense gets a penalty, they also lose the down. So it makes them not want to create so many penalties. It's a little bit lopsided. That's not called equity right there with that part of it. But secondarily, stop making some of these bullshit-ass calls. A dude gets hit, he gets hit. That's part of football. Let him get hit. If the dude launches himself and leads with his helmet, sure, call a penalty. If a dude leads with the shoulder and pops a motherfucker just because he's a really good white dude that plays a position that's not traditionally played by white dudes, you gonna bail him out on some bullshit? Fuck that.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
I agree with Jared. Everything except that he doesn't watch football because of the calls.
And this nigga trying to tackle him, he's already out of bounds. Call penalty on that shit. He already got him out of bounds and still trying to yank him down, bro.
See why we never did the show when the Cowboys were playing.
Niners, hey, 10, 12 yards down the field. Hands on the receiver. They keep grabbing the receivers way past the 5-yard mark. What's going on? They ain't calling shit. But you can't hit a white boy going across the middle.
I agree with that too, Jared. I'm just not as animated. And I really want the Cowboys.
No, because I want to see a good game. I don't want to see it being like, oh man, we'll give the Niners every little thing, every little X or X factor, every little edge. They're gonna get all the calls. They're gonna get every single little advantage. The Niners, if the Cowboys fuck up, they fuck up. I will own that. They will own that. As a fan, I'm fine owning that. You know, my team played like shit. Dak played like he couldn't read a route and lead somebody in open space for the first 2.5 series. Reason why I didn't draft Tony Pollard in the first round is because I don't think Tony Pollard can carry the load.
You know what? And I appreciate the passion. Just be happy you're not a Denver Broncos fan. Just be happy that.
Who cares about that?
That's level you out a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah,
I did have a question.
Whatchamacallit, man, doing a horrible job coaching, dude.
I did have a question with the whole Russell Wilson debacle up in Denver and the Aaron Rodgers debacle with him just basically coming in and getting you're throwing on 3 yards on 3rd and 5. What the fuck?
We didn't make it through that. We didn't make it through that.
No. The league's got to break down all the times. Jared breaks the fourth wall and he just starts yelling at the TV.
Nah, man. I'm just mad. I'm mad. Dak Prescott needs to stop playing scared. Your O-line is actually giving you decent time. You need to hit the dudes in stride. Now Mike McCarthy needs to get in these reps and be like, hey, dude, that dude's 12 yards down the field and they're grabbing him or putting hands on him. That's illegal contact, period, point blank. If we're going to call some goddamn rules by the rule, then call the rules by the rule. Stop letting them grab receivers well past the 5-yard mark after they've already disengaged from the initial press.
Hey, Jared, can I at least say this? At least Mike McCarthy hasn't lined up Tony Pollard to snap the ball.
Fuck you, red bone bitch.
Fuck you.
You haven't made it yet. You punk bitch nigga. Your mother's dick is bigger than yours. You are the only nigga in this neighborhood that is still on welfare. Yes, I Googled you.
But anyways, my question is, with the mediocre play at savior quarterback positions that we've seen in the last couple seasons, would you say that the Russell Wilson experiment is the worst savior quarterback experiment that we've seen so far? Speaking of like quarterbacks that are brought in to be like putting it over the top, this team is ready-made to make a push for a deep playoff.
Maybe just didn't play well.
Well, no, because everyone thought Denver, man, they're about to win the West this year. Last year, you got to think back. Everyone had Denver as their favorite in the West.
I didn't because there was a guy named Patty Mahomes still sitting there.
Well, no, but they said, all right, maybe not favored to win the West, but like, okay, but Patty Mahomes come back without Tyreek. There was a reason to believe they could be the favorite in the West. You got Judy and Sutton. You got some young receivers. You got some young promising running backs, and you got a Super Bowl winning quarterback coming in. You got all this and a really good defense. They were expected to do really well, and it's been a shit show ever since. So I'm just wondering, is that and then with Aaron Rodgers, maybe think about it, tearing his Achilles. Jets, ready-made defense, got some young talent on offense. They just need a quarterback that can, give them the edge, and they can challenge for the AFC East and make a deep run in the playoffs. So my question is, are there any worser savior quarterback experiments that you've seen in your football memory?
Well, this year they got two good ones. I think the Aaron Rodgers thing it's bad because they don't have their second choice is terrible. Just because like Zach Wilson has been really bad, and people just openly talk shit about a quarterback, which you don't ever see. Just people will just openly talk shit about people out there on the field who are in like the broadcast booth or people who played before. Like, oh man, this guy's terrible. I'm trying to think of a good savior quarterback that didn't work out.
I feel like none of them work out, Jared. I mean, I think about Dante Culpepper to Miami. At least Russell Wilson's still playing. I mean, I guess you could say Peyton Manning worked out but barely. It really didn't. It worked out great for his first year. His first year, he put up all the numbers the first 2 years. But they didn't win the Super Bowl when he was balling.
Yeah. You could say Matt Ryan last year with the Colts. They thought they were going to do like a lot better than that.
Yeah, that wasn't. I don't know. That was a savior.
Everybody went to Colts.
That was not a savior project, but it was like, hey, let's just get a constant in here. Dude can constantly get sacked because he can't move his feet. Jesus, statue Ryan.
Shout out.
Stathu. I'm gonna call him Stathu.
Phillip Rivers with the Colts.
Matty Ice Sculpture is what they should have called him. He's just frozen in time. He can't move. Another one that I think is almost equally as bad as, but there's still time. Almost equally as bad as the Russell Wilson one is Pedro's homie over here in Cleveland.
Jeff Garcia.
No, not Jeff Garcia, but
Deshaun Watson. That's not bad. I think about Matt Schaub for the Texans after they got rid of David Carr. They were like, "Oh, we got a quarterback now."
Carson Palmer to the Raiders,
though.
Carson Palmer to the Raiders.
Nick Foles to the Jags.
Nick Foles to Philly.
No, but those teams. All right, so no.
Nick Foles, he was drafted.
There's a difference. This is the qualifier that is different. Is that these teams were looked at as they have a really good defense and they have good offensive weapons. And they were competitive the year before. The only thing that's holding them back is really having a quarterback and getting a legit Super Bowl caliber quarterback. So like Nick Foles, you could say because he won a Super Bowl, but he went to a team that wasn't like built as well as some of these other teams.
No, but here's the thing. Nick Foles. No, the year before Nick Foles got there, Jacksonville lost to the Patriots by like 7 points. It was like that's
7 points because they couldn't score a point. They had nothing but defense.
Oh yeah. Okay, Blake Bortles. I remember that.
So Nick Foles was one. I mean, shit, Jared. There's a lot more than you're imagining. It happens more than it don't happen.
But we're seeing a sustained ability by our friend Russell Wilson, okay? Ciara Wilson.
I mean, he fumbled at the end of that game, but I don't put all that one on him, though.
I put
a lot of it on Sean Payton.
I put a lot of it on the fact that offensively they've been doo-doo butter. And maybe it is like, but one thing that was great about Russell.
Play he called?
Well, yeah, but I'm gonna say this. One thing that was great about it was not like Russell Wilson was running some exotic ass schemes in Seattle.
No, I'm talking about he called a trick play that led to a fumble when they had an opportunity to score.
Oh no, I'm just talking about the fact that it's been sustained mediocrity. Like he's not been good. He's not been fantasy worthy.
I agree. I agree with you on that. I'm not going to defend Russell Wilson, but he's had games.
Doo-doo butter.
If you watch enough of those games and if you listen to enough NFL shows, they all say the bigger issue. Russell Wilson ain't been playing well, but the bigger issue is Sean Payton. He's the game has passed him by.
Yeah, maybe. But remember, he made Taysom Hill starting quarterback in the league, and
Russell Wilson. They were the other week. He didn't play bad at all. He played well.
Before we get mad at Sean Payton, who only took a year off, is you have to look at the fact that he took Taysom Hill as a starting quarterback and had them in playoff contention. So I can't put it all like this. That's Holden, man. He's got his hand up in his goddamn cheekbone, and you ain't calling shit.
You think I'm making that shit up?
I'm tired of these goddamn referees. This is why the NFL. That's why I ain't been watching the NFL. I'm tired of these motherfuckers. Y'all don't see Micah Parsons come on up the middle rush and got a hand in his goddamn chest being held with the dude's arm across his body, and they gonna be like, "Oh, this is part of the game." No.
Hey, Pedro, do you blame? I need to ask Pedro this question. Pedro, whose fault is it in Denver the most? What percentage do you give Russell Wilson? What percentage do you give Sean Payton?
Everywhere I go, I get the same fucking smirk.
This 50-50.
My thing is that Russell Wilson was always known because he had a little bit of magic, right? He could extend plays. He never had the greatest receivers. He was always productive because he extended plays. He could create those little extra windows. Now, maybe that comes with chemistry. Maybe that's some kind of offensive scheme. It's like, hey, run this route, and then after it doesn't work, flow with the ball. Like, I don't know if that's like a real offense, but like that's what Russell Wilson has built his name on. He's never been just like a pure pocket passer. He's never been that kind of guy. He's a guy that's hard to get down. He's a guy that can extend plays, and he's never out of the game because he's always able to make big plays in big moments. That is not the case in Denver. Denver has been just dog shit. Unfortunately, I put more of it on Russell Wilson. I'm gonna give him a little bit. Like, there's still time, but it's been a good amount of games that it's been played now, right? He did miss some time last year with the little shoulder thing, right? But But he's had basically the course of over the course of a season and a quarter now, where you're seeing like it's just not good.
Man, the team quit on Sean Payton against Miami. You saw that defense just quit.
Well, hold on. Let me say this also. Derek Carr was mediocre at best for multiple coaches, and everyone kept giving an excuse to the coach. So I will not do that. I will not afford that. I didn't afford Derek Carr. I will not afford it to my boy Russell Wilson, or your boy Aaron Russell Wilson. I will say I think it's mainly more his fault than last year. Nathaniel Hackett was an idiot.
I don't think you watched enough games. Last year, yes.
No. This year, I know what Sean Payton can do. He found Tony Romo. He got Drew Brees after a torn up shoulder, turned that place tight, and then made Taysom Hill a starting quarterback in the league and knocking on the playoffs. A winning football team with Taysom Hill as their starting quarterback.
Dude, that team was loaded on defense and everywhere else, Jared. You know that.
Hey, man, don't forget he got Jameis Winston in shape. Don't forget that.
Oh, he got Jameis Winston playing good football. And then look what he left. Jameis Winston, what are you doing now? Can he beat out Derek Carr? Pedro, the question we had that started all this off was with the... Watch TV in the background.
All right, Pedro.
My TV on mute.
Somebody watching Quincy Williams? It's probably Brandon over here watching the PBS.
Oh.
Brandon over here watching that.
Watch these Denver highlights. Oh, I'll tell you in a second. But I was watching. No, because I was watching the Ravens game. Somebody did like a montage of all the drops they had today. It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was. That was bad. I watched that and we was on the way out the.
Who you said the Ravens?
The Ravens. They're
you know what?
Seven like wide open drops.
So do you want to know what Lamar Jackson's career record is against the Steelers? Do anybody know?
Mm-hmm.
Today is 1-15.
I said.
You couldn't blame that one on Lamar Jackson today.
Yeah.
1-15. They just seem to have his number though.
Yeah, he must have the receiver's number because they dropped. I watched two drop. The tight end dropped a touchdown before the wide receiver dropped the touchdown. And then it was two drops and then another two drops. One deep, another one in the end zone, right, Brandon? I think it was 4 touchdowns dropped.
Yeah.
You should have known
like, oh my God. They should have been 35-10.
Yeah, it should have been it shouldn't have been any close. But
Drake Jackson ran into his own teammate Nick Bosa and got hurt. That's that white power for you. You cannot go head up with white power. He will, even if he's on your own team, he will hurt you.
But the funniest thing is that Joey Porter Jr. is a DB for the Steelers, and it's reported that he intercepted a ball that was intended for Odell Beckham. He said it's time to go be a family man.
It's time to go what? Be a family man?
It's time to go be a family man.
Yeah. He left his family. He can't be a family man. He left her. He left her for a Kardashian.
OBJ?
Yeah.
Allegedly, he was.
Odell Beckham Jr. They tried to throw a fade route to Odell Beckham Jr. that was massively underthrown. Number one, number two, OBJ.
It don't matter where you throw it. He wasn't
OBJ.
Yeah, that was a dumb play call. I'm looking at a lot of dumb play calls right now.
OBJ's game was left on SoFi Stadium in that Super Bowl.
Yep, that was it. He should have retired and went to social media. Could have got just as much money.
He could have been on TV making money.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott runs like he doesn't have ankles anymore.
Speaking of these TV people, have you ever learned anything from these pregame people on TV?
Depends on which one you watch. Most of them, no.
I learned that Jason Garrett seems like a old Disney animatronic that they try to upload ChatGPT into. That's what he reminds me of.
That's hilarious.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Because I'm sitting there listening to I'm sitting there listening to JJ Watt, or I listen to Bill Cowher. He's like, well, they're down 21-7. They gotta get some offense together. I was like, okay, why are you?
Yeah,
why are you here?
You gotta just watch Sunday Night Football, where after every play they just start glazing the dude who made the last good play. Man, I see him all week. It could be the one good Cowboys play. Man, he's just does it. He's so good. And all of a sudden, man, Christian McCaffrey. The truth be all, Christian McCaffrey. You know how competitive he is. Watch this shitty run CMC.
That's because Chris Collinsworth is selling the agenda. He owns Pro Football Focus. That's why they put that stupid ass stat under everything. They're the only network that put the stupid ass, oh man, he's ranked 4 out of 72 in his position in Pro Football Focus. He ranked 15 out of 100. He this and that. Pro Football Focus, PFF. He owns the shit. He's horrible. He's selling agenda. He's selling stats. He's trying to sell his shit. You know what? I watched the London game that had Rich Eisen and Kurt Warner, and that was one of the best. That reminded me of like just one of the best ones that I've listened to in a long time for pro football, right? Since, pro football, I like Troy Aikman. Sometimes Joe Buck gets a little full of himself and his emotion. These two were totally straight. They had humor when it was time to have humor. They didn't talk bad about anybody. Kurt Warner was super like, hey, man, it's a hard game to play. If someone made a mistake, they dropped the ball, they dropped it. We move on next play. If a bad pass, bad pass. Bad protection, bad protection. It's part of the game. No one's going to do anything perfectly, right? That's the reason we watch it. They were great. Like I said, Tim texted me. It's like, man, these two dudes are great. They need to do more football games. And Brandon, that's the only pregame show I used to love watching.
They don't.
Unfortunately, everybody on TV has 10-year contracts now. It's ridiculous.
Well, I used to love watching the NFL channel pregame show, especially when Marshall Faulk was there before he just started showing his private parts to every woman that's walking up and down that alleyway.
That'll happen.
He was good with him and Kurt Warner. It was great. You got great analysis, unbiased. No,
well, they didn't bring that part of Marshall Faulk when Christian McCaffrey was trying to study like him.
Man, he would probably hung like him.
Man, Christian McCaffrey when he came in the league when he was just getting drafted went to Peyton Manning because Peyton Manning is super detail oriented, man. I can't believe how crazy detail oriented it is. Man, he said a rookie Christian McCaffrey asked him, how do you focus on detail so much? And I told him, man, Marshall Faulk saved my ass for the first 3 years of my career. Tell me that, man, it's a zone right here. You better watch that shit. And so I started studying Marshall Faulk. All of a sudden, shit, I'm Peyton Manning. And they're like, ipso facto, Christian McCaffrey is both of them.
I think he proved all those jigaboos wrong.
Marshall Faulk was the guy. He was the guy that I remember when he showed up with the Rams that first year when they traded for him. That was the first year they drafted Torrey Holt. That was the first year Isaac Bruce hamstrings didn't fall apart. And that was the year Kurt Warner took over. I remember in the first meeting watching this Ram thing, and he turned to everybody. He took out his folder. Their first offensive meeting. He takes out all these different color pens. He's like, hold on. He lines them all up. And he opens it up, ready to take notes. And then he turns and see no one else has a notebook, pen, or paper, and he goes off on the whole team. He goes, this is real. This is serious. Next day, they all show up with the notebook and a pen. Rams win the Super Bowl.
That boy is good. Could he have done that, let's say, same circumstance, same team, Jeff Fisher's the head coach?
Mm-hmm. Good and terrible.
No, because they wouldn't have had no plays. He wouldn't been able to take notes. I mean, that's
like what does Steve McNair like to do? What Russell Wilson used to be able to do?
Run. And after a while, his body fell apart, and savior, throw him down there for a savior guy going to a team that needed a quarterback.
When was what team?
He went to the Ravens.
Oh, he did go to the Ravens. But he was old and broken at that point.
They had everything, but you said savior. That still counts. Don't make excuse. That counts. That counts. He went there. They had receivers. They had running backs. They had defense. They were missing a quarterback. Elvis Gerbach's also another one.
Yeah.
So his is the most tragic because he went to a team that just came off of winning the Super Bowl without a good quarterback. And they're like, don't you blow this.
All right. Well, y'all ready to start the show?
I know we didn't start it yet.
Yeah, we started most sports.
We got Jared's attention while it's halftime. So
we better hurry get started then. We better hurry get started.
Probably a good time.
All right. Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to the High Score 510 podcast. You can catch us at High Score 510 on the Instagram, the YouTube, and on the Twitter. Also, check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/High Score 510 and our TikTok page at the High Score 510. And it is pumpkin spice season, my friends. So please submit to us on any of our social media, mainly just the Instagram, probably be the easiest, or on TikTok. We want to get more engagements there. A pumpkin spice haiku for a chance to win a Sir Lance Woods, the comedian, it's a funny guy. We got some of his swag here. It is the emotional support T-shirt.
I'd just like to note it's one size fits all.
One size fits all under extra large. Yep, that's right. Anyways, we are live streaming the football game right now. The Cowboys and 49ers are facing off on Sunday Night Football, and you might get some live interjections by Jarrett.
I'll be honest, I don't even have that channel on because I like being surprised when you start yelling Jarrett. It's been like more entertaining than watching the game.
Yeah, the Cowboys are down currently 21-7 at halftime. They received the ball in the second half, so we'll see if anything positive changes. But Dak Prescott is acting like he can't read a defense. And I need him just to unlock his mind, stop doing all them goddamn Tempur-Pedic or whatever bullshit ass yogurt commercials motherfucker keep showing up on. Get away from Walmart and Chase. Get away from that bullshit and focus on getting your Marshall Faulk on with a bunch of Sharpies and a bunch of pens and notebooks and just start chucking the ball around, man. Shit.
That's right.
And run like he got some power in your legs, man. He be running upright, scared ever since he broke his goddamn ankle. And I get why he'd be a little scared, but man, hey, you gotta learn how to cut again. You gotta learn how to step and plant and run through a motherfucking face. And we are here with
this is AG3 coming at you faster than the referee running away from Jarrett, the way he yelling about refs.
Fuck these refs, man. So here's your soundbite.
I don't want nothing that looked like Elvis. He stole. That's how I was talking to fake Elvises right now.
Okay.
Give me an African pose.
An African pose?
Fuck I'm gonna do? I'm posing like fucking Elvis.
Show me.
Fuck is Elvis.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a soundbite for him for me.
Hey man, he feels the same way about Elvis as you do, Aaron. I'm just trying to say you and Ye got a little in common.
Yeah, the fact that we both got middle-aged bodies too. Except his look like it's going more in the toilet than mine.
The fall off is greater with Kanye.
Hey,
it's bigger.
Kanye over here dressing like an extra in 21 Jump Street, the original. I was just like, what is going on?
No, not even the original. He's doing it. He's dressing like one of the guys in it after Johnny Depp left, like he's Richard Greco.
What is this dude doing? All right, and we are here with.
Oh, it's Brandon, aka Taco Pablo. Happy to be here on the show. Excited to talk about whatever Jarrett's got lined up for us this fine pumpkin spice season.
All right. Here's your soundbite. This one was originally for Darius, but he's not here.
This is my jam! I'm bringing Jesus back, yeah. These atheists don't know how to act, yeah. I think Satan better watch his back, yeah. So just keep praising him and don't you slack, yeah. Take him to the cross, the Bible, babe. You see these verses, that's how I got saved. The Holy Ghost is what I crave. It's just that Jesus makes me feel this way.
Hey, I don't know why you made that soundbite for Darius. 1, 2, I could have sworn you played it before. I can swear you played this before. Just in case you did in his back. Yeah, I think I remember this year.
No, I think it's similar girls. They sang a different rendition of something else.
But this is the perfect soundbite for Brandon because Brandon loves his boy JT.
I do love me some JT. I'm at a point now where I don't know whether to laugh or cringe and stuff like that. Cause like there's people back like 10, 15 years ago that like didn't really conceptualize how permanent the internet was. And so we're just doing stuff that maybe only 20 people saw. And people are digging it up now.
And it's getting uploaded.
Versus like people who are 20 now, just like you have a concept of the internet, you know that shit doesn't go away. As opposed to me, like when I was like 17, like doing dumb stuff like that.
It's a good thing VHS is also corrupt after so much time.
Exactly. You got some real gold.
Jesus. And my name is Jared, aka DJarTT, with 2 T's for a double dose of that tink tink. The D is silent, so it's just Jart.
Have a better chance of being struck by lightning than hitting a whale with your boat. There has only been, listen to this, one such whale killed off the coast of South Carolina in the last 50 years. But on the other hand, their windmills are causing whales to die in numbers never seen before. Nobody does anything about that. They're washing up and show. I saw it this weekend. 3 of them came up. You wouldn't see it once a year. Now they're coming up on a weekly basis. The windmills are driving them crazy. They're driving the whales, I think, a little batty.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Donald Trump and his South Carolina contingent.
People say those white people listen to anything in South Carolina. Windmill. Got a windmill in the middle of the ocean.
Driving. Well, they do have ocean turbines that can harness wave, energy. But yeah, it's like I don't think those are causing whales to run up shore. I just keep hearing this humming about 75 miles off the coastline. It's just driving me crazy. The Altamont Pass.
Yeah, Altamont Pass, man. I took my car and I made a hard left in the middle of the Altamont Pass because the windmill drove me crazy.
Seriously.
I know.
I went a little batty.
Let me go investigate. That's what
I was a little batty. I found a whale sitting in the Altamont Pass, just sitting there.
What if whales at one point evolutionary were amphibious and they were the protectors of the ocean and the land, and they eventually evolved into they injured my boy Turpin doing that shit where they dragging on fools. See, fuck these fools.
They would have probably shot themselves after seeing what kind of world we turned this into.
It sounds like the plot for Black Panther 3, whatever.
Come on.
They didn't realize that they no longer can go off. Yeah, they lost their little leg fins.
Yeah, they need some vibranium.
The Black Panther 3.
Come on. Well, anyways, Kevontae Turpin got injured because the Niners keep doing that thing where they wrap and they swing their body into the back of your legs. So fuck the Niners! We're watching the game today. It's the start of the second half. Cowboys have the ball heading east to west or west to east, one of the directions. It could be north to south or south to north. I don't know. Anyways, the game is back on, and I might be having a little issues with my temper as I watch more bullshit happen. So we'll see. Cowboys down 21-7. Do they have a comeback in them? Can the Cowboys defense stop the Niners' methodical offense?
It feels like an insurmountable 21-7 lead, though. It feels like it.
Yeah, I could see that. It does feel a little insurmountable. They just need to stick some drives together. They need to just work the ball, just keep getting first downs. Dak needs to just trust his O-lines. They're doing an overall pretty good job. Step up when he needs to, and put the ball on a dime. Dak's deep ball is just not impressive. He throws it too high in the air. It's like, just put it on a line, man. Let the motherfuckers run under it. They be slowing down too often for that shit. Is it worse to overthrow a dude and not give him a chance to catch it, or throw it to where he always has to slow down and now it's a contested catch? Why are you running on 3rd and 4? Oh my God.
Last time they threw the ball, you was mad they threw the ball 3 yards on 3rd and 5.
I would still rather you throw the ball. Why the fuck are they doing a draw play? And not even a draw. That was like like the Niners run defense is good. Like, you haven't been gashing them. Why would you even do that? What kind of play is that? This is the kind of dumb shit I'm talking about. This is just stupid.
God, if you listen, help!
We had we were in field goal range. We could try a 58-yard field goal right now. Make that shit. Y'all need touchdowns, not fucking field goals.
I'm impotent, man.
In sports news, U.S. men's gymnastics won bronze in the team competition, in the world's team competition. After this critical performance by Fred Richard on the high bar. Fred Richard just so happens to be a brother. Here's a video.
Event, but did fall on the high bar in qualification.
Made this first one. Great save.
And I guess
the problem with the men's gymnastics is that nobody understands it. Like nobody can tell the difference between that they were doing that and whoever came in second place and whoever came in fifth place. Like nobody can tell.
I absolutely agree. And part of the reason is because they have certain moves they have to do. So they all do the same move, and you're like, okay, what's the difference in the two? I'm with Brandon. Men's gymnastics also have like the weaker events, right? And then you're like, oh, this dude's got to be pretty strong to do this. And then he stands up when he stands next to like the commentator who happens to be, a woman who played soccer and is like 5'8", and you realize, damn, this dude's a Smurf.
Well, I guess my question is after this display by the 19-year-old.
I got to answer your question,
Richard.
Jared. No, it's not a sport.
No.
Oh.
Is the U.S. men's national gymnastics team back?
Nobody realized they were without medals. Nobody even watches men's gymnastics. Dude. All I thought about is where's Simone Biles and all the rest of them, man. Well, you got the Smurfs out here right now.
Somehow they're closer than men's soccer, but I don't know how.
Is this evidence of black people saving gymnastics?
He's got to be more than black to save gymnastics. He's going to have to be one in a million.
Oh, yeah. There's powerful niggardry at work here.
They had at least one other brother on the squad from the video. So, you know what? Getting more brothers on the national team might see something special happen, right?
Dude, you know how you got to be civil rights strong mentally to be a black dude in gymnastics now. You gotta be.
I'm excited that these young brothers in gymnastics.
Hey, it's just one brother. You said, oh yeah, there was a couple cheering. You're right. There was a couple cheering.
Yeah. They got a couple brothers and a couple Asian brethren on that team.
Nice. It's nice to see that if there's a couple brothers that's 5'2" and realize they're not gonna make it in the NBA or probably any other sport, they know, let me focus on gymnastics.
Yeah. God damn it. Blaine Van Der Esch intercept the goddamn ball.
If you're 5'2" and you're that strong and athletic and you can't take a punch, you're gonna go gymnastics.
Otherwise, if you're 5'2" and you're that strong and athletic, but you don't like choking women, then you go to gymnastics.
Come on. Hopefully we'll see the U.S. men's national team make some more noise in the 2024 Olympics in France. As we've been
we ain't
seeing.
gonna see that shit in no 2024 Olympics. Man. It's Olympics in 2024?
France Olympics, it's coming up.
They ain't gonna never show us those. It's smart enough.
But you got to realize what happened, Jared. Conspiracy Brother had on here. We just had Coco Gauff win tennis, right? Mm-hmm. So back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, like there was rappers. They're trying to like Nelly would popped off, and everybody's like down, baby, right? And then they're like, oh man, we got a new rapper. Oh, he's from South Dakota. Oh, we got another new rapper. Oh, he's from Wyoming. Like that's what they're doing right now. They're trying to find another black person in another sport, trying to get these ratings up. Don't fall for it, Jared. Don't fall for it. Next thing you know, like, oh man, there's gonna be this really tight black pole vaulter. There's gonna be a really tight black, somebody in fencing.
It's gonna be a really tight black swimmer, knowing he can't even swim.
The computer. Another idea stolen from the black man.
Y'all have ye of little faith of black people saving these dying sports. Okay, just
because if they were that tight, we'd have heard about them before the Olympics.
Well, no. Some of these sports you don't really. The World Championships, this is qualifying stuff for the Olympics, so this is important. So as this is going on, this is gonna, kind of shape out who's gonna maybe be in whatever other tournaments to, project to make the team / be on. Got rolled up on a little bit. Hey, that hurts. That's not good. That's our third corner. Jordan Lewis came up a little hobbled on that Christian McCaffrey run. Fuck Christian McCaffrey. He's really good though. But
I'm telling you, Jared, there's a show within the show if you cut into this game, bro.
I'm sorry right now. I'm watching this game. Y'all motherfuckers got me on here. I'm gonna give you best I got, but y'all keep talking bad about black people saving these dying sports, and I'm watching this Cowboys game. But I'm gonna tell you, black people saving gymnastics is a thing, and so we will be updating you all with any other features we see of black people saving gymnastics.
All right, without looking at the screen right now, what's his name?
Richard.
He don't know if it's Richard.
You never quite know. Oh, they called a flag. They called holding. Thank God. Oh, they finally called a holding call.
One more.
I didn't see no holding on that play. The Cowboys got a holding call. This is Vegas. This is not even the Cowboys earning that. Cowboys didn't earn that. It should have been a 45-yard pass down the sideline. Watch this. Is this a hold? Hopefully it was. I didn't see a hold. That just looked like DeMarcus Lawrence threw his arms up, acting like he was getting held, and then he just got shoved more into the ground.
We're both watching this game through your lens, Jared. Like I'm not even watching it live right now.
All I know is that I'm getting tired of this bullshit. If y'all ain't gonna hit this nigga.
Why you gotta be all that?
See,
Jared from
getting mad at us for not uplifting black people saving gymnastics. So y'all hit this nigga.
The WNBA is coming to the Bay Area in 2025. The Bay Area will have its own WNBA team. The NBA is expanding to the Bay Area and will be owned by the same owners of the Golden State Warriors.
It's owned by a bunch of rich white men, but they sold 0.5%. They split it between a bunch of women of color to make it seem like they're owners too.
Well,
but it's basically owned by hedge funds too.
Well, after losing the A's to Las Vegas, or projected, and the Raiders to Las Vegas.
Hopefully they go to Vegas at this point.
My question,
ain't no projecting.
Y'all just leave already, please.
I'll call me this summer. I hope you move.
My question is this a much needed win for Bay Area major sports?
Well, Bay Area major sports got 2 because they also announced the women's NWSL team coming next year. I don't know if they gave them a name yet. Did they give them a name too? They're gonna be playing out of San Jose, where the Earthquakes play. Is it a win? I don't know. Depends on who you're talking to. Depends on how misogynistic the person you're talking to is.
I mean, here's the thing.
Interjection. George Kittle just scored a touchdown on some goddamn sauce ass play action fake goddamn bullshit. These motherfuckers is trash. Anyways, Cowboys down 28-10. Keep going, Brandon.
Oh no, I was gonna say, like, just for you to spend $12 on a WNBA ticket to then spend $100 to fix your car window doesn't seem right. That's all I was gonna say.
Ticket prices cost as much as fixing a BIP window.
No, it costs less than it costs you a window.
Way less than fixing a BIP window.
Oh no, but I think it's good. I think WNBA.
I don't think you
like
think anything because you can't spit the shit out.
There's Brandon over here trying to answer like both his daughters and his wife is in the room listening to what he got to say.
It's about 5. I think WNBA is about 5 years away from being.
You just don't want to dash
profitable.
Your daughter's dreams. You ain't gotta,
wait, 5 years away from being what?
Profitable.
They said that 10 years ago, Brandon.
Man, they said that 15, 20 years ago. It's been around 20 years now.
We got Bayou Barbie and we got Caitlin Clark going to be there in a couple of years.
Yeah, and then guess what? They're going to be playing until they like 40 and moving slow. That's the reason why the women's college game is better than the women's pro game. They still move fast. The women's, if you watch the WNBA, it's like, damn, this shit is slow. Why these same people I watched, 5 years ago? It's just
no. But because only top players make money. You feel me? Like the thing is, you can be really good at college. You can be really good and able to make it to the WNBA. Be like, I'm gonna make $40,000 a year playing basketball, traveling, moving city to city.
Or I can make $40,000 a year into them moving out of their prime.
Yeah,
we're kidding.
My only issue, and
I don't blame them for staying in. Haley Van Lick, Cameron Brink, Caitlin Clark, Bayou Barbie, Angel Reese. They could have all went and been drafted early in the first round. All of them would have been early. I don't blame them for staying another year because you're right. They're going to get paid more to stay another year in college. The problem is it's another year out of that they're edging towards the edge of their prime.
No, right. but their prime money earning potential is right now. Like that is unquestionable.
Well, maybe they'll be able to
correct.
carry some of these sponsorship deals into their professional careers as long as the WNBA doesn't stand in the way of that. But
these people, man, the people who are paying them now are LSU supporters and Iowa supporters. Sure, they're not gonna keep paying them motherfuckers when they move on.
Well, all I'm saying is I'm just we'll see, maybe. Well, my only issue with WNBA, my main concern with the WNBA is that it's like I was talking to somebody I work with, and he's an old basketball coach, old head, coached basketball for like 20, 30 years now. And he's saying how he loves the WNBA because that's like, you see real basketball being played. You see the movement off the ball, you see the movement, ball movement, this, that, and the other.
He watched the WNBA game
and the fundamentals. So he had been watching. He's
the fundamentals. Fundamental ain't really there as much anymore.
He's going home. He's juiced. But my main thing that I was like, it's more fundamental. There is more of a team movement of the ball than there is in the NBA nowadays. But like,
yes, I agree to that.
But my main concern is like watching WNBA is like watching like really like
paint dry.
Oh no, it's like watching like high level, like you're like at like a high level like national tournament for like the best 5'10" and under intramural leagues. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, you're saying 5'10"? Maybe, yeah. You might.
You might get more guys dunking in the 5'10" under league.
The problem is this: is that
you're gonna see some great basketball, and it's always gonna end in a layup. And I'll be like, that was a tight ball layup.
It's slow, man.
And the worst part is that fucking ball they use with the double colors. It makes this rotation of the ball makes it look slower too. They need the optics of that ball needs to go. You know what I'm saying, Aaron? You ever notice that?
Oh, yeah.
It makes
I agree.
the rotation and it makes everything look slower.
The biggest problem is they also need to lower the rims. And WNBA players say, why? How's dunking going to make our game better? Same way dunking made the NBA game better.
The same way home runs make baseball better.
Exactly. It makes people come to fill up the seats. The same way big hits and touchdowns make the NFL better. We don't just hand off the ball or just go wing back formation and we do nothing but pitch it back every 3 plays. No, the forward pass changed the game. Women's volleyball. Let's bring up women's volleyball. That people don't realize the net is significantly lower than men's volleyball. And those women fly over that net. Problem with also WNBA, they start losing athletic ability. And that's why I said the game gets slower, right? And then another problem is that, Jared, I'm gonna mention this. I'm gonna throw your name out here, Jared. I'm a gaslight you, Jared. I don't even know what gaslight mean, but I'm gonna use that word right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm using it right now, but I'm a gaslight Jared right now. The same way I feel, this is the same way I felt PlayStation was gaslighting me to buy a PlayStation 5, and they had no damn games on the shit for forever. Anyway, Jared once said, when I was complaining one day, I was watching WNBA game. I was on the phone with Jared, and I was complaining about just how boring it was, right? I was watching the whole game. I had nothing else to watch. And, I was hoping that it would get better. And I said, I was commenting on how slow, and I was like, why is the women's college basketball not moving this slow? It seems like it's a faster pace. There's more running around. There's more this and that. And Jared said this, and it was a great observation. He said, because women don't, because they're not high flying, they're not cutting, they're not doing as hard as cuts and all this like the men are. They don't have as many of the injuries as the men, or the nagging injuries. They don't lose they're not counting on their athletic ability because like you said, that coach says the passing is the fundamental. They're not counting on their athletic ability. So you have old people still playing. And when I mean old, they're not really old, but they're old to be playing sports, right? Like Sue Bird. I mean, Diana Taurasi is still playing at 40-something. She became the all-time leading scorer at 42. She ain't the same Diana Taurasi. I'm going to tell you that, as you saw her in the year UConn or beginning in Phoenix. It ain't the same. I think she dialed up 40 that game. She dialed up 40, but there's a lot of 12-point games and a lot of slow movement going on. And it's just like, and then I thought about Sue Bird being 40 plus, Candace Parker being however old she is, not young either. And it's just like, oh, maybe they're past their prime. It's like women's gymnastics in college. They're past their prime. I don't think Brandon is going to be, they're not. Their goal is to try to get to the point where they can make a profit. Their goal needs to be to get to a point where they're sustainable without the NBA giving them money.
No, but here's
that's far away. That's far away.
With Lake Up in there, and the fact that they can do a lot of concerts and get some, entertainers in there.
That's not the
turn
revenue.
It into the LA.
That's not the revenue that you need to pay for your salaries. I mean, yeah, take any money you can, but that's not what sustainability is. Sustainability is your sport bringing in revenue that you then turn around for salary. It's really your TV contracts.
See, but I don't think it's necessarily the gameplay that will like bring in the fans. I don't think Duncan's going to bring in the fans. I don't think.
Because
because I watched these motherfuckers on college fall down up and down the court all the goddamn time. I know I'm not watching top tier basketball when I'm watching some D1 school. If I'm watching UC Santa Barbara play UC Irvine, right? But those games.
Hey, that's a crazy connection. You said those two. Last year, my niece played for UC Santa Barbara, and my ex is the head coach of UC Irvine. Wow.
Oh, shit.
It's funny that was the two things you chose.
Shit.
I don't know if I guess we could say X. I say it loose. I guess
loose.
Okay. Yeah, she's the head coach of UC Irvine. It's funny that you said those two team things.
But like people still go to those games. People still root for those games. Like the WNBA doesn't have like a local fan base. Like they're like, hey, we're the Oakland team for women's basketball. We're the New York team for women's basketball.
Okay, let's say WNBA. Let's say just by let's say someone got the Thanos glove and made a snap so that way every WNBA arena could play in the NBA arena and fill it up. That's still not enough money. It'll probably be enough money to pay their salaries, but it's still not enough. But they want higher salaries, right? And you got to understand, like filling up an arena is not paying player salaries. That's not paying NBA. Steph Curry's salary. You could take all the money they make in that arena all year, and it's not paying a quarter of Steph Curry's salary alone, right?
I know, but
it's the TV contracts.
But people still watch second tier basketball. People still watch. Yes. People would still watch college
basketball, not second.
People still watch all this like college football with teams that have no chance for.
Yeah, I agree.
I talked to people who were like NC State fans. Like, dude, like y'all not going to the national championship, y'all not going to win the conference, like y'all not going to. But they go to the games, they watch it on TV. Like it's.
Oh no, people out here go to Cal games. That's enough said right there.
Exactly. So like I don't know. So I don't think it's the gameplay that's going to keep you. Like they haven't found a way to really connect with the fan base in a way that makes sense for them, because they can't sell athleticism. They can't sell. No, it's the best brand of basketball. They can't sell.
But that's part of gameplay. That's what I'm talking about, Brandon. That's part of gameplay. That is going to keep fans away, right? If it was exciting, if it's like, oh, let me go over here. This is exciting. Let me go watch. Because think about this: people in those small towns go to minor league games, minor league baseball games, right? People go to small towns, go to Iowa State versus fucking Central Michigan to watch them play any sport, right? Yeah. I mean, look how many people went to the Nebraska Cornhusker volleyball game.
Right.
They sold out a football stadium to watch a volleyball game. But guess what they're not selling out? WNBA. So that tells you something about your game.
No, but that's so. Well, I was. So Master P says, like what Master P said, hip hop is 70% market and 30% talent. Like, there's a lot of people with talent.
Man, who said that?
Like Master P.
I was gonna say, whoever said that probably was probably someone untalented. That's what I was about to say.
And he was like, I wasn't a really great rapper.
No, he was a terrible rapper.
We knew how to sell this shit. And guess what? He became one of the biggest rap acts in the country, right? So the same thing with basketball. Like, I think it really is like they haven't found the right angle. I don't know what it is though. Like, because I don't think as they say sex sells. I don't think that's going to do it either.
No,
I don't think making those shorts short are going to make
they're going to help me.
Make it any better.
It might help volleyball, but it might help gymnastics. It ain't helping that sport.
Oh yeah, the volleyball players start wearing basketball shorts, the ratings will drop.
Only person gonna show up. Only person gonna say they look good is Powell and Pedro. That's it.
What's up, Pedro? How's Vegas, man?
Yo, yeah, man. We went to a baby shower, went to my nephew's baby shower, so it's gonna be another Craig.
It's like, man, another one?
Yeah. No. Well, no, we don't have that many Craigs. So this is actually a good thing. I don't know about this world we bringing them into, but look like that kid should be well off.
Man, it's the same world.
My nephew,
it's the same shitty world we entered. The same shitty world we entered in on.
Not necessarily.
It's just you can see it on TV now. Man, they've been flying over there in Israel for the last 40 years.
Hey, man, let me tell you right there. You in the Bay Area bubble, it's way more important to the Bay Area than I'm not hearing. I've been out all day.
I'm telling you.
I wasn't talking about Israel, by the way.
I'm just talking about period. I'm just saying it's the same crazy ass world we ended in when we grew up. With the heroin epidemic, the crack epidemic, it's the same shit.
Crazier. Now it's more instead of using Christian make believe, we got conspiracy make believe too. So
man, that shit was out back then too, man.
No, not the way conspiracy make believe is now.
Oh man, I don't know if it's that potent, though.
We just believed in Jesus in America. That was it. Now we believe Jesus, America, sex.
Yeah, man. Because if Jim Jones had like 1,000 people out of some camp, You feel me? Andrew Tate could probably get 10 times as many and get them drink the Kool-Aid. I feel like it's just more potent. Like the people who are charismatic are more potent. They can reach more people.
We had Jim Jones, we had David Koresh, there's no one different. I'm telling you, man. It's the same shit.
No, that was all based off religion. Now we got a new spectrum based off of fake money.
Nazism wasn't built off religion.
We got hypersex, not sex.
You ever read the book The Great Gatsby? It's the same thing.
That was religion. That was religion and white money. Now we got money all over the place faking. Everybody got some fake.
You ever heard of the Gilded Age?
You ever heard of nigger rich?
Okay, that's a good argument right there. I can't fight that argument right there. I can't fight that argument. I mean, we had that back in the day when slaves would be on the slave ship talking about who got the tightest chain.
Come on.
Documented.
Pedro, here we didn't introduce you. We are here with.
That's okay. That's okay.
No, he wants to play a soundbite. You got to do it. He's been waiting. He hasn't played it for us. He's been waiting.
All right. It's everybody's mediocre captain. Mr. P Funk coming to you like a great uncle.
Yeah, these motherfucking Cowboys ain't
doing
shit.
We can't hear you, Jared. We can't see anything or hear anything.
I'm watching the Cowboys game. That's why. All right, and here's your sound by Pedro. We were just talking about basketball, and here.
I ain't watched basketball since Pistol Pete Maravich. He would use mathematics, he would use geometry, and figure out the arc of the ball to go into the goal. Now they're about, the goddamn ape swinging at a banana. Fuck you for asking that.
Here's a little clip. I found this, and I wonder, can you guys tell me which cartoon this is from?
Yep.
Aaron and Pedro.
Get him out of here! He's got AIDS! Get him out of here! He's got AIDS!
Looked like Captain Planet. Was it Captain Planet? I don't know.
Right. That might have been like a Mega Man.
No, it says Canada. It says it was in Canada. I don't remember that.
No,
I don't remember that.
I know there's somebody did a clip about a stranger danger, and it's like, hey, you want a prize, Jimmy? Give me your address so I can come by. And they had the little G.I. Joe character Roadblock come by and said, hey, Jimmy, you gotta be careful. He was coming by and give you some dick. I cracked up laughing. Whoever did the overdub. I'm like, man, y'all, this internet is so horrible.
All right. Well, in football news,
here we go.
That's it.
Cowboys are about to be down like 30-something to 10 because they ain't playing. They playing like dog shit. And man, you know what I'm saying? Cowboys defense got this line. These motherfuckers ain't even getting set half the time. These motherfuckers ain't getting no pressure. Wanna know why? Because they worried about the run and they keep doing all that bullshit run play, goddamn extra motion shit. Pissing me off.
Hey man, Brock Purdy's elite.
Cowboys need to trade for Aaron Donald.
Brock Purdy ain't throwing a pass that was to a wide receiver that ain't been open all game.
Hey man, they're
wide open. Every quarterback been wide open. Every receiver he threw it to. He ain't had to throw it in a tight window once.
I'm gonna tell you something, Jared. And they're showing, Chris Collinger is showing the play designs. He's scribbling all over the screen.
You can't show shit.
Okay. This is the difference between Dallas and San Francisco. They can't get their receivers open.
Yeah, they're running a bunch of crossing routes.
They have no timing. There's nothing to this offense. You're gonna have to get rid of the hillbilly, and you might have to get rid of Prescott in the trade or something.
Yeah, Prescott.
Yeah, because you guys, you're based on old offense. That's not going to pass. The game has passed him by. There's a lot of coaches the game has passed by.
The game keeps on passing me by.
Another wide open wide receiver.
You know what? That's what you should play. We should go over people of the game, and you should play that Far Side. She keeps on passing me by. The game. Sean Payton. Game keeps on passing him by. Brandon Staley. Game keeps on passing him by. LeBron James. Game's about to pass him by.
Right.
Oh, man.
Kyle Juszczyk just got a touchdown.
So I said, wide open. Everything's by design. There's no creativity. That's old creativity. That's why they know exactly what Dallas is doing. That's why the cornerbacks are sticking to the wide receivers, because they know all their route tree. They know their whole route tree because you got that primitive offense out there, Jared. There's no action.
Dude, they just ran the same play that has been running for the last 30 years.
Right.
play action past the fullback in the flat.
But you got him sucking up to everybody, sucking up to.
You always shove the man.
Running.
You shove him. If he's going by you still shove him. That comes down to coaching. Marcus Lawrence should have just shoved him out of his, caused him to stumble, do something. You just give him a free release just because he decides not to block you. No, you got to shove that motherfucker. You hit anybody comes in your path, you still throw them. You shove them. There's a key difference in coaching that I notice on certain teams. Certain teams do that. Oh, you running by me? Oh, you're not gonna try. I'm shoving your ass. Oh, you coming across the middle? I'm sitting here in the zone. Shove you as you come through my zone, especially if it's a short zone within the 5 yards. Hit that motherfucker. You allowed to.
No. So how much credit does Shanahan get for this team? Does he have the best players, or is he the best coach?
No, best coach.
He knows how to scheme. Yeah, his coaching.
Yeah, the scheme. It's a scheme. It's not.
It's like you slow down a pass rush by.
No, let's not do this, Aaron. Let's not do this.
No, because Kittle didn't do shit last year or the year before that.
And
McCaffrey's balling.
McCaffrey, both are balling.
McCaffrey's ahead on players.
Ask other players if how they tackle Kittle. I'm watching dudes slide off of Kittle.
You don't have to worry about tackling Kittle because he's going to be out for the next 10 games.
Man.
The dude don't play, Pedro. The dude don't play that many games.
Aaron, I think you're talking about Darren Waller right now. But I don't
give the man credit.
Darren Waller got me more than 10 points for the first
time.
Jared,
bring up the stats. Bring up Kittle.
Man, no. We ain't getting all of this goddamn. We're not getting this some looking up stats.
I don't like the 49ers either.
Keep moving.
When they have good players,
I don't like him either. Christian McCaffrey fits that system perfectly. Kittle is good in that system. Kittle had 20 fucking catches last year, Pedro.
Yeah, and when he had his catches,
and the year before, he only had 3 touchdowns. Trust me, Pedro. He's been on my fantasy team the last couple of years. He ain't had no touchdowns, man.
I've learned
no touchdowns.
He got 3 today, unfortunately.
No, and he didn't have shit going into the game until the Cowboys just basically left him open all day.
No, it comes down to Shanahan. They've been able to build. They've made
scheme.
Good.
Yes.
They've made good draft picks.
Can scheme. Trevor, whatever that dude name is.
No,
it's get rid of.
No, it's all.
You got to have talent. God damn it.
You got to have talent. I agree, Pedro, that you have to have talent. But what Shanahan has done is that he came and he turned the Niners franchise around. You saw what happened to the Atlanta Falcons offense once he left in that whole debacle after that fucking Super Bowl where he shot him. He Antonied himself. But and the main thing that I'll say is
he gets the talent that fits his scheme.
His scheme is built off his dad's scheme, which was always a very productive scheme and has adapted into a passing. It has adapted into a new age that still uses old like just hard-nosed football, but it's basically getting defenses to reveal what they're in with your pre-snap movement. You reveal what they're in, and then you can option off that. But also, they play physical.
No. That's not. They're not doing that. They're not looking towards the sideline. Jim, where do you come up with that? That's an old pro form.
What are you talking about?
Offense.
There's a dude.
He's not audible in it. He's not.
No, it's not about
audibles,
Pedro. It's not about audibles. It's that a lot of times quarterbacks get 2 calls. If we know it's pass call. Yep. It's this if it's a zone, it's this if it's a man. And so you can read that by moving.
Basically, he only makes one read on this. I'm with Jared. The pre-snap movement tells him what his read is. I'm with Jared. He doesn't sit there and go through progressions. He once the movement's made, he knows that one read he's looking at. And that's why if you ever notice when that one read is covered, he usually just throws your shit away. Right? Or some pass, you're like, who the fuck was he throwing to? But I think he's throwing away. I'm agreeing with Jared. The pre-snap motion tells him on the pass play, but that's why I said he's throwing the wide open people. He only making one read. He's not making progression. You don't see him going through progressions. When they do it, when he does, it's usually when he's not good.
Well, here's the thing. His first progression, they're wide open. Why would I look at the second guy?
There is no second guy. I'm gonna be honest. There is no. If you look at most of their patterns, there's not that many people running routes. It's all based on the deception of the movement, the difference, the pulling. Look at how many pass plays where they pull guards, or pull a tackle to it's almost like a run play. And there's motion, there's bootleg action on it. There's always some movement action that he's doing. that the quarterback's doing. There is no second and third read most of the time. And I don't think he can make it well if there was a second or third read. It's the scheme. And let me tell you this. If your first read wide open, guess what that means? That means your scheme's good.
See,
that means your scheme good. When Bill Walsh first created the West Coast offense, guess what? The first read was always open. Bill Walsh
needs to trade. You need to make a trade for the first pick overall pick and draft Caleb Williams.
No, man. They need to trade for Aaron Donald. So the Rams can lose all the games.
Dallas is not going to be good until Jerry Jones dies.
I need them to make a trade for Aaron Donald and the Rams and throw in Cooper Kupp in there. Throw Cooper Kupp in there and just get
Dallas is going nowhere until Jerry Jones dies. He had
Caleb Williams is going to make
his glory
$15 million next year at USC. Like, why the hell would he go to the NFL?
Because he'll start his clock early to where he can make $40 million.
Yeah,
right? Or, by the time he come out, it's gonna be 50.
You never know. He can get hurt in college and drop his drives.
Because he can come out.
Like it's solidified. Unless he like
it depends on what team
has like a really bad elbow injury or like dislocates his shoulder incredibly badly. Like
Caleb Williams will come out as long as Arizona, as long as a few teams don't have the number one pick, he's coming out. That's already been known. His dad's already said we are avoiding certain teams, right? Same as Deion said with Shador, right? Like we ain't in no rush, right? No, that's because we want to avoid certain teams. You don't want to go to, you don't want to go to a situation like that Bryce Young is in right now, where he's just fucking getting killed.
I agree.
Hey, somebody do a well check on Jarrett and the Cowboys.
That's why I need the Rams to trade.
Cowboys are down 42-10.
Wow.
I need the Rams.
Of all, that's a hole.
And I'm getting mad at the Rams. The Rams have been too competitive in these games. I need them to look like dog shit so they could trade and get Caleb Williams. They over here almost beating teams, almost beat the Niners, almost beat Philly, and then they'll beat the weak teams. And I'm like, you fucking up. There's no lottery at Rams. There's no lottery in the NFL. You got to lose. This is the first year in years you had a number one draft pick since you're having first round draft pick since Jared Goff. Don't fuck it up. I'm sorry. All the picks from RG3 are used up by now. You wasted them on Tavon Austin, whatever that weak fool name, little scat back dude. Could have had DeAndre Hopkins, but no, he drafted Tavon Austin, little ass.
Mm-hmm.
Wasted all them mostly all them damn RG3 picks. Lose. Get more picks. Trade Aaron Donald to the Cowboys.
Trade him to the Browns.
Austin Reeves was given high praise by Steve Kerr this past week as one of the young, good players in the league. And after his scintillating FIBA World Championships performance, my question is Austin Reeves the Lakers' new Manu Ginobili? Or is he the Manu Ginobili of the Lakers?
I mean, he averages more points than Manu already.
No, he's not the Manu Ginobili. He's not coming off the bench.
He's going to play all 82 games unlike Manu Ginobili.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But look,
that's the old Manu. Young Manu
his book is still
young Manu. There was no such thing as young Manu.
Manu was 65 years old.
Exactly.
Wait a minute.
Manu Ginobili was the Joe Lewis of the NBA.
Manu Ginobili took the league by storm with his Euro step, helped revolutionize the use of the Euro step in the league. Was crafty, was witty, did all the incidental stuff on defense, offense.
Dude was from Argentina, but a Euro stepping. That's the problem with Argentinians right there.
Yeah, because they're all European.
Yeah, they think they're European.
The whitest, other than
and they all had basically Italian names: Manu Ginobili, Louis Scola.
Yeah. It's,
who was the other dude? I forgot the other dude.
Fascism was big in the 1940s.
Fascism's still big in Argentina. That's why their economy collapsed. Their economy has been collapsing right now. Right now, there is a law on the limit on how much money they can exchange. There are people walking around because people in Argentina will fly out to America to get dollars, and it's just their economy's collapsing. Their bills are collapsing. Yeah, I mean, who made the comparison to Manu Ginobili? Is this just you, Jared, or was this Steve Kerr?
No, this is just me because he is the new Manu Ginobili for the Lakers. That's what he's going to be.
Well, I mean, Manu was, like you said, he was crafty. He did well. I mean, Manu's career average is only like 9 points, but he was really crafty. And look, I'll be honest, Manu, I like how clutch he was. He was a clutch player. He was also clutch when getting that bat off the court too. But he was a clutch player. Looked old as shit. But Manu was Manu.
Other than him being right-handed versus left-handed, there's many similarities to see in Austin Reeves. And
Austin Reeves is a better scorer.
Possibly, quite possibly.
It's not possibly. I mean, his average.
Manu was more versatile in his scoring ability. He can get up there and yak on some fools.
So does Austin Reeves. I mean, Austin Reeves scores inside. Austin Reeves goes to the line more, and Austin Reeves probably got a more consistent outside shot. He's a better offensive player. But Manu was just, like you said, he was crafty.
I think you disrespected Austin with this Manu comparison.
You are.
I think y'all are disrespecting Manu Ginobili.
It's because he's white.
No, Manu was. Manu's a Hall of Famer.
You would suck Austin Reeves' dick if he asked you. Talk about, hey man, this dude played in the league for a year and a half now. He way tighter than whatever Manu Ginobili.
I didn't say that. I just said he's a better offensive scorer with the ball. Let me change that. He's a better scorer. Manu might be a better passer. Manu was a better passer. Austin Reeves is a better scorer. He's a more polished scorer.
But he's got a different role with the team too.
They're both above average at many skill sets, but not a master of any, right?
They're both really good. And the comparison comes in because most of these, if you think about a lot of these young players, especially ones the AAU, the Jalen Greens, the Kevin Porter Juniors, probably soon to be Scoot Henderson and some of these other players and LaMelo Ball. There are a lot of style points, but no substance, right? They don't win games. They have a few highlights a day. They'll celebrate their highlights, their dunks, their no look passes, their alley oop dunks, or their lobs to themselves, and yet their team will be losing that game by 20. Right. And I threw the little ball, LaMelo Ball in there too. I mean, it's a lot of style and no substance. And so to get a player like Reeves, who isn't about his style, it's about winning, right? With him, it's about winning. It's about doing what it takes to win. He was one of the best. He wasn't the best player, but to me, the best player was what's his name? The dude from Minnesota that came.
Ant-Man.
Yeah, Ant-Man. Anthony Edwards. He was the best player on the team. And then after that, I would probably put it was Tyrese Halliburton and Austin Reeves. And I would put Austin Reeves in that same boat with Tyrese Halliburton, just guys who they're not all super flashy. They're about winning, and what they do impacts it shows impact on the court and in the game.
Yeah. Just like Manu Ginobili.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. I'm just saying, if you're going to compare, I don't think I like the comparison because Austin Reeves is more polished of a scorer. Manu Ginobili did a few more things than Austin Reeves. I like his defense was better, and he was a better passer.
He was taller too. He was more athletic.
Who?
Manu Ginobili.
Ginobili was in his younger days. Because remember, he used to go head-to-head with Kobe, and I'm not saying he did, he stopped Kobe, but he caught Kobe off guard with some of the shit.
He went head-to-head Kobe, especially when Steven Jackson was guarding him, and he could come off ball and steal it from him.
No, I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying he was a good defender against Kobe. He made Kobe work. And then on offense, he was able to hold his own and hit some big buckets or slash to the hoop in ways that you weren't necessarily expecting for him in his first couple seasons to be doing. And he made some.
Sounds like a participation trophy when he said he made Kobe work. Okay.
Well, because I think when people because most people qualify things in some absolute forms most times when you try and evaluate things. And it's not about the absolutism. It's about the spectrum of what you're able to do. And certain great players, which you have to accept, you don't really stop. There's maybe individual games or a couple moments here and there where they were stopped. But usually the great players don't have oh man, this one team or this one player was his kryptonite. He couldn't do anything. That's the greats don't really have that. You tell me a player that stopped LeBron other than
Joel
LeBron
Embiid who's the center for Boston?
Other than JJ Barea, who was the defensive kryptonite against LeBron in that Miami Heat team. So, but otherwise, Jordan, was there somebody that locked down Jordan? Ruben Patterson's the closest thing I heard of being a Kobe stopper. You know what I'm saying?
Man, no, he's a Kobe stopper by name.
I know. So I'm just saying, there's guys that play good D and make guys.
Raja Bell.
Raja Bell was not a very good defender, but that's all. He was PJ Tucker before PJ Tucker, except he learned how to hit the three at a decent clip to be able to maintain a career in the league for another 5-6 years. Okay, Raja Bell couldn't hit that three at 5% less. He would have been in the league any longer because he was not a defensive specialist, but he specialized in trying to play defense. Anyways, all I'm saying, don't disrespect the man. He gonna be a Hall of Famer probably, Manu Ginobili.
Right.
So if he's not already, because everyone makes it in, and so might Austin Reeves at one point. I'm just saying, like, they have a very similar impact on the game. So Lakers, y'all should feel good. You might go on a title run for the next 10 to 15 years because you
ain't
got
going on a title run for no 10, 15 years.
You got your Ginobili.
Now his word. This is word hate coming out.
No, this is him hyping up the Lakers.
I was trying to give y'all. I'm like, hey man, I was thinking about the Lakers.
He wants to hype it up.
How
so
y'all get mad at me? And I was thinking about your team, and I'm trying to like be like, hey man, this could be a good thing. Y'all got a really good player here that don't deserve.
You know what fan base is starting to remind me more of the Niner fan base, Warrior fan base.
What are you talking about?
You guys starting to act more like not as annoying as.
How does this have anything to do with me being a Warriors fan? This is me being a basketball fan.
That's where this hate coming in, the little smirk you giving while saying stupid shit like, oh man, you got a title around for 10 years. Austin Reeves is not an answer. Manu Ginobili without Tim Duncan and Tony Parker was not the answer for San Antonio.
Exactly, but still, he was part of that. You need that piece. You need that kind of player. You need a guy who's willing to do everything. No, you need it.
We got other pieces. We don't
No.
have other pieces there.
Yeah, you got LeBron and AD.
Like,
what are you talking about,
man,
bro?
shut the hell up, Jared, man.
What? Bruh, y'all just beat the one. Y'all got LeBron and AD and Ginobili.
And we got a 40-year-old and a guy made of glass.
Aaron, this is definition of gaslighting right now. Jared's gaslighting you.
No, man, I'm serious though.
That's what gaslighting is. Thank you, Brandon. Because I'm having a hard time.
If
that's the case, then I also every time I go to LA, Randy's Donuts gaslights me.
I'm just saying, man. Y'all signed it. You signed him to a team-friendly deal. You can afford to keep him for a couple more years. You never know, man.
It was very team friendly.
They're NBA team. They can afford a lot of things.
Yeah, but if LeBron,
exactly, there's no hard cap. You can afford it.
So when I saw how much he signed,
team-friendly deal when
I saw how much he signed with the Lakers for, I was like, man, I would love the Warriors to pay him that money to come to the Warriors if he's willing to take that money.
Hey,
so it's one of those things where he's one of those guys that you know you're going to get your money's worth because he's going to do everything in whatever the role needs based upon how he's come into the league. That's important to have a guy that can be a plus in certain areas on certain given nights, but also like it's just a good IQ player that plays, tough on both ends. Might not be a great defender, but is going to still try to make you work. And offensively can pass, can go one-on-one, can shoot decently well enough. So like you have a player.
No, man, nobody wants to come play for the Warriors. Like nobody. Like all the big free agents, all the mid-tier free agents, all the low free agents. None of the ones we want come to us. Like we always get our fourth and fifth choice. You know why? Because Steve Kerr is loyal to Clay, Steph, and Draymond.
And he should
be better than you can be better than them. You can be competitive. There's no minutes you're competing for two spots. Like there's two spots on the team where you get some definite playing time. Those other three guys, they're gonna get.
And here's the thing:
they want.
And if you're not willing to do like, what's the Warriors' name right now? The one that looked like he older than he really is. Kevon Looney. Like Kevon Looney, he's the perfect player for the Warriors system because he's like, I'll just come in here and rebound as much as I can and just get out of everybody's way.
But if Austin Rivers, if Austin Rivers has 30 points, like they're not going to sit Clay down because Austin Rivers is having a hot streak. They're not going to be like, oh, Clay, you're going to get 20 minutes tonight.
What are you talking about? The Warriors got Chris Paul, Brandon.
We'll see how that goes.
He's going to make Kuminga better. Watch, I swear. And this is not me, unlike Jared, who gives a smirk and said things very facetiously.
No, I wasn't. Dude, that was actually a real question. I feel like Austin Reeves is very much like
you talk shit about Austin Reeves all playoffs.
Man,
here's what I said. I said I would love to have that guy on my team, but if he's not on my team, it's one of the players that I despise.
Oh man, he's looking. Do you have like a keeper league for fantasy basketball or something? You trying to trade him or something? Like,
we got a keeper league. Here's the crazy thing: we got a keeper league in fantasy basketball, Brandon. But we don't know who the fuck keeping what because Jared ain't sent out the info. I guess Jared wants us to do fantasy basketball last minute.
Yep.
Jared, it's a keeper league. You got to send out all that shit so we can make up our minds, man.
Y'all gonna have like 2 days to make a decision because I'm tired of after all the badgering and Rayon and then Keegan kept asking questions. I'm like, man,
we're excited, Jared. We're excited. Don't ruin our excitement.
Man, they are calling me. What do you think I should do, Jared?
No, they call me. For every call you got, I got about 7.
I got texts, I got calls. Man, I'm like, see, man, I don't understand these rules, man. No, man.
Rayon never understood the rules. Rayon told me this Kevin Porter getting in trouble might mess up his keeper because he was thinking about maybe keeping. I was thinking about keeping Kevin Porter, but I'm worried. What if they lose again? They go out there and get blown up by 30, and he gonna start beating up a woman. And I said, Rayon, they already lose games by 30. He don't care about win or loss. He's an AAU guy. He cares about his stats and highlights. That's all he care about. I said he didn't beat and I said, Rayon, he beat up with the woman. It was off season. I don't think anything happened on that court got anything to do with him beating up women.
I think he just got some. He has some issues.
He's like, see, man, this keeper league, man. Don't keep him. Who cares? No one else gonna keep him. He might not even play this year.
Yeah, he might. He probably gonna be like your boy from Charlotte who didn't play all last year.
And he probably gonna be like your boy from San Antonio who exposed himself to that psychologist, sports psychologist who didn't play for the one for San Antonio last year. Remember, they suspended him after 4 games for the rest of the season because he exposed himself to the sports psychologist.
Oh, was that 2 seasons ago?
The Clippers just signed him. Yeah, I think it was 2. I think you're right. It was 2 seasons ago. So he missed the whole year and basically 2 years. You know, the Clippers.
Is it Josh Primo or something like that?
Yeah, Primo. And here's the crazy thing: he's still on suspension. Clippers signed him, and I'm like, I don't know if he can play.
He out there right now.
Got balanced out Kawhi's load management.
I guess so. Like, hey man, this guy might be suspended, but he'll still play more games than Kawhi. Kawhi, did you hear Kawhi's comment about load management? He said he don't think that new rule was made intent for him. Nigga, please. Talk about the rule that you got to play something.
Yeah, he has evidence. Like he has evidence that he gets out there, he gets hurt. he made it seem more like he was doing more than he does. Like, man, I'm out there guarding the best player every night, or the best players guard me every night. And that's not necessarily true.
You know what it is? I think that there is a conspiracy out there that Kawhi is not fully human. He might be a hybrid or at full extraterrestrial with his abilities, and the fact that he has no, social, emotional, context or he doesn't emote ever. So
there's a spectrum for that.
The conspiracy, is that he's extraterrestrial and he keeps having all these injuries because his body hasn't fully adapted to Earth's gravity. So he's really, really tight athlete, but his muscles and joints be having like injuries because, he didn't grow up here.
I don't think that Atlantis sank. I think Atlantis lifted off.
Okay.
Conspiracy.
I guess he's from the cornrow planet. Is that right?
This black man, he's had all these surgeries but no scars. Like, okay, I get it.
You know the funny thing about Jared? See, I was talking to someone about Jared and we were talking about conspiracy people, and I said Jared really isn't a conspiracy. Jared likes the stupid one so he can bring it up to us and talk about it and just bring up shit and laugh at it and laugh at our frustration, especially someone like me. Jared keeps bringing conspiracy to me because I hate conspiracies, and he just likes me to get frustrated by it, right? And I always say, because we have other people. Jesus is super conspiracy person. Talk to him. Why are you talking to me about it? And Jared don't really believe in the shit. Not like the other people that we know in our lives that do believe in it. But Jared likes to just bring it up and frustrate and troll me with it.
I'm always looking for the other angle.
The other dudes actually make me laugh with how much they ill conceived.
She's a baller. I don't know you're gonna deny that.
This is the one she's talking about, Aaron.
She looks just like the
Come on.
Yeah, see?
That's the worst picture you can find, Jared.
But that's that face she like to make. She always make that face. Like she's eating banana stew.
Banana stew. And shit, Pedro.
I'd like to remind everybody that Pedro is responsible for what Pedro says. I'm responsible for what I say. Exactly. What I say only.
Man, she a baller. It don't matter what I say. I support her. I'm 100% behind her. Because I don't want to rip my arms off.